incorrect. Override denied. Your password is incorrect. Override denied. Program activated.
Hello, and welcome to another Username Nerd podcast. My name is Mike Hewitt, and with me always is
Tim.
Tim Hewitt. You okay there?
Yeah, you seem really confused too.
No, I'm. You were like, I
Well, yeah.
pushed the button. You're like, what's happening?
Because I said, okay, hang on, and then you push the button.
Sorry,
I'm like,
I was
okay.
already in mid.
Hey, Michael, when I
Yes.
say,
Weenie in the butt.
now,
I'm sorry. We
No,
were just kidding about
no.
that before.
when I say a person in all red with double D's on their chest, who do you think? Who do you think, Michael? You know what's really sad? I'm glad you left because I've been sitting on that for like a week and a half.
Is Elmira
Nah.
with red hair?
Daredevil.
Elvira? Oh, Daredevil in a red
you
suit
would've-
with double D's.
What you should have said is
pretty good. I was
right?
pretty good. Did
Huh?
you come up with the complete yourself?
I did, yeah.
Really?
Because I saw the DD.
Oh,
was his
yeah,
logo,
yeah.
And I was like, he has double D's on his chest. I was thinking Jessica Rabbit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
all
good one.
red.
That's a good
And,
one.
Anyway, we're talking about Daredevil.
Enough of the crude humor.
Yeah. Let's get
Wacka.
serious, Michael. Hey, we're talking about Daredevil, and why are we talking about Daredevil, listeners? Because
season 2 is coming out.
Yes, because March 18th.
That was me as
Which-
a listener.
It's going to be really close to what
March
we're talking
18th.
about. That's like, boom, we're ready.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yep.
Yeah, that's next week.
So, Daredevil.
Man, has it already been a year? I guess it has been.
It has, I
Dang.
know. Which you were saying you haven't finished.
I don't know why I haven't finished it.
Why?
There's
Like-
so much.
Well, and it's a very different pace
Yeah,
than
it is.
other Marvel shows
yeah, it is.
or other shows. Honestly, like for a superhero style show, it's very different pace because it's a
Yeah.
lot slower. I feel, but it's interesting. It was interesting enough to keep my attention, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
lose attention like crazy.
Well,
so.
there's just so much out there that if
Yeah.
you deviate, you'll go down another rabbit hole
and all of a
go
sudden
down
you
this
forget.
and go down
Yeah.
this and because right now I'm
That's what
watching 112263 112263 which I think you will
Yes,
love.
I really think I will too. I
And
saw the
you
preview.
just keep going down these rabbit holes until you're like Arrow. I haven't watched Arrow in a while because
Yeah, same
he
here,
kind
yeah.
of pissed me off with the whole Royals thing. But
Oh, it was outside. That's his
putting that
character.
aside, no, that's not his
That's
character.
his actor. I mean,
that's
yeah, think
his
about his
real life
character.
persona.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
You know, so the guy doesn't.
If
like
you're
the
not
Royals.
baseball, whatever.
Uh,
Well, no, he loves his little. Never mind. I was
what's
going to say a bad thing
the-
about Canada baseball.
I see a Deadpool box across the room,
Yes.
and so I keep wanting to say Deadpool,
You want me to put that away?
not Daredevil. No, it's fine. I'll get over it.
By the way, we picked a winner, and we can't get
did.
a hold of him.
yeah. What did anything happen with that? Because I remember you talking to me
No,
about it.
I
But
cannot get a hold of him.
you got to move
the,
on.
the thing is this. I know. I keep moving on.
Yeah,
I
move
keep
on to the
moving
next
on,
one
but nobody's checking their YouTube mail. I didn't even know YouTube had a mail, but how
I
do
didn't
you
know
get
YouTube
a hold
had
of
mail
them?
either,
Because they got it from subscribing.
dude. You got to do Twitter. You got to use Twitter.
Yes, but they have to subscribe to YouTube. We want them to subscribe to YouTube, not Twitter.
Okay. So, what if you say? What if no? Here's
And
the
I
deal.
cross-referenced it. I'm like, okay, maybe they subscribe to YouTube, and I'll check to see if they.
Are
Because
you
most of them.
posting on Twitter? Hey,
Yes.
this person won.
Yes.
Okay, well then that's your own fault. You just gotta move it. Keep moving on, or
I
give it
know.
to me. I'm fine with taking it.
No,
That's
yeah.
fine. What's Daredevil's nickname, Michael?
And
Do
I
you know?
have another one to give away. I have Civil War to give
Give
away.
that one to me. I'm
Yeah.
excited for Civil War.
I'm really excited for Civil War.
By the way, we did get a comment. Not digitally. This was an actual listener.
Okay.
Who was listening to one of our podcasts when we were talking about previews.
and
we
we
were
were
talking
like,
about-
suck it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, they were. They were like, you guys missed one. They called us out
What'd they
because
call?
during the preview one, we said there were no more Marvel movies coming out.
And
but
Civil
Marvel
War.
Civil War was coming.
That's right.
I think I even
But
corrected
the funny
us.
thing is, because I've looked at all best movies, and that wasn't even close to
Yeah.
being on there.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. And it's actually not a Marvel. I mean, it's not an Avenger movie. It is Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah. Specifically on his.
So does that
Which-
mean that Iron Man is the bad guy?
No.
Well, obviously, it doesn't mean that Captain
It's fine.
America's the bad guy.
I have a new.
Sorry.
We're way tangent, but
Yeah,
that's
I know.
okay. It's fine. I have a new favorite suit-wearing hero.
Superman.
No, mech suit-wearing hero, like mechanical suit-wearing hero. You'll never guess him, so I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh.
Blue
Beetle? I would have guessed
I
that.
love Blue
I like
Beetle.
Blue Beetle a lot.
It's like he has all the benefits of Iron Man, but so much more because he
that's
can
not-
manipulate into all sorts of crazy things.
That's not a mech wearing suit. That's an
Yeah, it's a
alien.
scarab, I
It's
know. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of almost
Alien tech.
it's alien tech, but it reminds me a lot of like Green Lantern.
Yeah, because it's responding to his
Right.
control.
It responds and it does
Well,
crazy
depending
things,
on
but
what
it's
iteration
not like
too,
light
because,
either.
you know what? I don't know if this is the true original or true origins for Blue Beetle, but apparently the Scarab was sent by alien races to control the host,
Mm-hmm.
but his Scarab was damaged, so that's why he can
Oh.
control. But that's why there's inner
Interesting.
monologue between him and his Scarab too.
That's horrible.
I know, right? Crazy.
It
It
was
was
like-
supposed to be like a weapon to they seed those out in the galaxy, and that way when they go to attack that planet, they already have an agent like ready to help them.
Horrible.
Right?
That's
Smart though. Smart
horrible.
for the aliens, not for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, Daredevil. This
Daredevil.
is going to be a lot of quiz stuff. I'm quizzing you. I don't expect you to know the answers. I just need some sort of segue into it. Okay.
Sure.
So,
I'm ready. I'm
what
here. I'm
is-
listening.
What's Daredevil's
Double
most
Ds.
famous nickname? Not Double D's.
Uh,
This is going to be a fun couple episodes. Let me tell you.
Double D Matt
No.
Murdoch.
We're done.
No,
I'm
wait,
just
wait,
gonna
wait.
tell
No,
you.
hold on.
Okay. Take
I-
a serious guess.
It's very much. I know there's a lot of.
Old Blindy.
I know there's a lot of faith-based stuff. He's
There is,
in,
yes.
He's in Hell's Kitchen, so we got Hell.
Mhm.
He's a devil.
Not to mention, he fights a lot of like supernatural. That was one of
Yes.
the things about Daredevil, where he fights kind of supernatural stuff
Mm-hmm.
versus the rest of the heroes. So
Um,
it has nothing to do with any of that. So.
I was gonna say Little Devil, like Little Debbie, but I'm done. Angel,
Those are all horrible.
Mr. Angel,
No.
Mr. Angel, blind man,
How about the man without?
eyes.
No.
No, I'm not a
Oh
big.
my gosh.
I'm not a big Daredevil person. So
It's
this-
the man without fear is his nickname.
Oh.
The man without fear because he can jump off a building. He has no fear. The man without eyes.
I'm totally just going with. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Okay, I love this. This is great.
This
Quiz me
is-
some
yeah.
more. I would have not thought fear in a million years.
Daredevil issue 1 came out in April 1960.
5, 62, 63,
1964. Do you know who the creators were? You definitely know
I'm
one of them.
just guessing. Our man, Stan the Man.
He is one of them, Stan Lee.
Jim Lee.
No, you're just naming any comic creator you can think of now.
No. There's a guy. Who's the guy who? Gosh, dang
I
it.
think you're thinking of him.
He was on Fat Man on Batman.
His
He's
last name
kind
is a
of
video game?
douche. His last name's a video
Well,
game.
Stan Lee and Bill Everett were the actual creators.
Okay, Bill Everett.
But
that's not what I'm thinking.
there
of.
was design input from Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby. That's
Kirby. His
exactly
last
what
name
I
is a
what I
video
thought.
game.
Yes, I don't really like him.
Yeah, I
I've seen
don't know
some. I've
much
heard
about
some
him.
interviews of him, and he's just. Yeah, he's very full of himself. Anyways,
Well, it's funny too because I don't know much about him, but I know
Wait, no,
his
that's not Jack
name
Kirby.
enough.
yeah, I don't know. I'm mixing all my
Resend all those
little,
things
I'm
I just
mixing
said.
all those people.
Seems
together.
like a good guy. What color was Daredevil's costume when he started?
blue,
Wrong.
white.
This is going to be a horrible podcast.
Black.
I was excited about it. Now I'm
No.
extremely. Black's good. Black's close.
Brown,
No, it's your
Brown.
favorite color.
yellow.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Bright yellow. And then by issue
Just
7.
like Flash. We got yellow Flash and red Flash.
Yeah, but Flash didn't start yellow, did
I
he?
know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, you just contributing. I got you. All right. By issue 7 is when we got his red costume.
Red's costume. Because so he was Daredevil in a yellow costume.
Yeah,
Who
right?
idea
Right?
was that?
That's what I'm saying.
Dumb.
Let's talk about the show then.
Love the show.
This is going to be a lot of bounce around too because my notes are like all over the place. But the show.
Okay. Are we talking about?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are we talking
Daredevil?
about? No, Daredevil. Who's the new Batman? Gosh, Ben Affleck. Are we talking about him? Do you have any notes on that?
I know.
Okay, good.
So Ben Affleck
That was pretty bad.
the Daredevil in the movie The Daredevil.
Yes.
As
In the
Daredevil.
Gotcha.
Looking back on that movie though,
It was pretty bad.
not as bad as Elektra.
True.
Which came after that.
Not bad as Batman and Robin.
Very true. So I mean, it could be worse.
It's not as bad as the 1990 version of Captain America.
Yeah, not as bad as being on fire.
Not
So,
as bad
you know,
as that either.
I know I've said this on the show before, but I'll say it again. Where obviously Kevin Smith and Matt Damon,
Yeah,
that's not it,
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck are friends, and when Ben Affleck was approached to play Daredevil, he went to.
I was about to tell you the same story.
He went, oh, you tell it then, because I've told this before. You go ahead.
He said about Jack Kirby, this was Jack Kirby actually. That's why I should have known. Jack Kirby created Daredevil as well, and he was like, "This is the closest I'll ever get to play Batman because Jack Kirby created both."
And Kevin Smith was like, "Yeah, dude, do it."
Yep.
And now look, he's playing Batman.
He's playing
He's
Batman.
Batfleck.
And I'm telling you, he will probably play the best Batman I've seen.
I think so too. I was saying that the other day, and somebody was like, "No, I don't think so." I'm like,
Really?
and I brought up the thing that I've always come back to, which I think you swayed me on, which is he's not playing. You can't think of him playing Batman. He's playing Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
He's gonna play an excellent Bruce
He's
Wayne.
going to play an excellent Bruce
And whoever's
Wayne.
in Batman isn't really whoever's in the suit usually isn't that actor anyway. It's some
Pretty
stunt
much.
guy
And
doing
most
flips
of
and
the
stuff,
stunt
or-
guys is they're
I
going
mean,
to
come
put
on.
Batman. I mean, and I got that from Kevin Smith. So, but what
Full
was I
circle.
gonna say?
Way to bring it back around, Mike.
I don't know.
This is the
But I mean, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises. Mike just had a stroke.
No.
What were you saying? Daredevil.
No, the Catcher in the Rye of comic book of Batman. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, Fat Man on Batman? What are you talking about? All right, well, anyway, in the Netflix show, which you guys, if you have not seen the Netflix show, you definitely need to give it a watch. Like I said, it was a little slow to begin with. We'll come back to this because I want to finish my thought. But it's really, it's got enough action to keep your attention. And you turned me on to this as well, where you mentioned the fact that when he's fighting, dude, he looks tired and beat
Oh
up
my gosh.
and just tore down. Like
It's-
it's really realistic.
Season 1, episode 2. He goes. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
But at the end, he goes in to fight these like guys to get this kid who's
Yes.
kidnapped.
And he's like punching, and then
Oh.
you just see him just like he goes up against
Like
the wall,
staggers.
and he's like, and then and then he's back into full mode, and I'm like, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
In any movie,
Yeah,
even
where the comic book hero
dude, that is incredible.
even shows like a shred of weakness. Like it's very humanizing of the character, which is awesome.
even that movie Die Hard. You see him, and he doesn't even do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he might after when he's done, he's like, but not when he's fighting. He doesn't
Okay,
take
you
breaks
got a good
between
point, you got a
people.
point.
I mean, it's just fascinating.
In that one specific instance, but anyway, the show is very accurate actually to his
Very
origin
realistic.
story and everything
It feels
else.
very realistic too.
The only thing I could find that's different between the show and his quote
He
unquote
wasn't blind.
first origins is he wasn't blind. He could see the whole time. He was just pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. No, his father didn't die when he was young. He actually went to law school, met Foggy Nelson, and was about to start his own firm when his father died under the exact same circumstances. Though he was supposed to take a dive, said no, I want my son to be proud of me, and didn't take a dive and took a dive into a bullet.
Took a dive into a bullet.
That's how it works. So
Yep.
that's really cool to see. Also with Arrow, they were pretty close.
Second season.
Yeah.
And it's funny
now that
because
I say that,
I
there's-
remember the creators were like, "Hey, what do you think?" And the I think it was I can't remember his name, but he's like, "Nope, not even close." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh," he's like, "He doesn't kill
he's
anybody."
killing too much. Like,
I was
he
like,
kills everybody.
"Oh,
Yeah.
He doesn't kill anybody." I'm like,
That's Arrow.
and
Sorry,
then they
not Daredevil.
totally changed everything. But yeah,
Which that was a really dramatic move.
that's why season 2 is so much better than season 1.
Agreed.
Yep,
Anyway, we're gonna come back to that. So, What is this? Frank Miller's The Dark Knight.
Frank Miller's The Dark
Returns.
Knight Returns. This is the best Batman comic of all time.
That's not Jack Kirby. I don't know where you were talking.
No, it's not Jack Kirby. But it's Frank Miller's.
Yeah,
But this is what Superman versus Batman
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
And this is Batman is an older version. Do you have that?
He wrote a Daredevil. I was getting to it. That's the next point. So that was a really good time.
Who? Frank Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah.
That's who it was. Kevin Smith was talking about Frank Miller, not Jack
Gotcha.
Kirby.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which I've kind of heard that about Frank Miller. He's like, oh, I'm all up on my high horse, and everyone else can lick my boots, and yada yada yada. Anyway, so Frank Miller
Yes.
wrote The Man Without Fear. It was a miniseries, actually.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where that tagline and nickname stuck. And then also, that's what gives us.
And without eyes.
That's when he became blind. It was crazy.
Gotcha.
No, he added the character Stick, which, if you remember in season 1, he's the blind guy that trained him.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like a blind martial artist that kind of trains.
Yeah, sure.
But the big thing is his Daredevil's radar sense
Mm-hmm.
was originally a
bat sense?
like a power
Bat.
that was developed from the accident that made him blind.
Okay.
So it wasn't just like
he's just blind and he can his
hear or whatever
heightened
better. He did get heightened senses because he was blind, but the radar sense originally came with all that. And Frank Miller made it something that he developed.
Okay.
So he did have heightened senses, but he really developed that radar sense, and that's with the help of Stick. Also, he gave us the black costume, which is what you see in the Netflix original series in season 1, which I love.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such a cool costume.
You know what he looks? He reminds me of.
Zorro?
No, he reminds me
He
of.
reminds Zorro a lot.
I know, but he reminds me of the Princess Bride.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when he's
the
fighting
Dread Pirate
the
Robert.
Dead Pirate. Yeah.
The
exactly.
Dread Pirates Robert. You're right. That is
yes.
very.
He definitely reminded me of that.
Got
Anyways,
some eye holes, and you
Yeah.
got it.
Mhm.
Also, I was watching something on.
I love that he did the eye holes.
The, Yeah, that's really cool, right? I was watching something on the set design of Daredevil season 1, and they were like, the lady who designed his costume was like, the direction I got was it has to be stuff that like he could find at a military surplus store or online or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
A very realistic, grounded costume. So
Yes, and the other thing is this. This is going to sound really bad, but you're blind.
can't be worse. Sorry.
You're blind, so how do you make a costume?
Well, he can see. It's like he's blind, but he can really kind of see. Okay, save that. Put a pin in that because we're going to come back to it,
Gotcha.
and I'll show you.
Go for
I know, I'm being loud. Sorry.
No, sorry. When I touch the board, you get really sensitive. Don't you? You're like,
Well, anymore I understand because I listen to our podcasts, and I'm like, oh, who's this guy shouting all the time? He is too excited. Part of the team. Can you name any teams that Daredevil's been in?
part of the team, the Avengers,
The new Avengers.
the new Avengers.
Which I don't know the difference between the new and the old Avengers.
Well, they're
I
not
think
old.
one sells clothes, like Old Navy. Oh, they're not old.
They're not
They're
old.
younger.
Let's see. He's been a part of the New Mutants. No, not
No,
New Mutants.
that wouldn't be the.
Hold on.
Okay.
He's not the Fantastic Four.
No.
There's already 4 of them.
He was in the Fantastic Five.
Uh,
He was in the Fantastic 4.5 because he was blind.
how many teams
They
are there?
counted half.
Is there like 5 teams?
There's only 2 teams.
Oh gosh dang it! What is
New
another team?
Avengers
X-Men?
and it rhymes. Oh my gosh. I couldn't
Rhymes.
say
It
right.
reminds me.
It kind of rhymes with Avengers. Remember.
Degenders,
No.
contenders,
No.
pretenders,
No. One more.
I sender.
No, you're done. Okay. The Defenders.
Oh gosh dang
Never even heard of them.
it! Oh.
But apparently they are slated,
not the pretenders.
not the Pretenders,
Gotcha. Oh,
which
dang.
was a 1950s
Doo-wop
doo-wop
group.
band. Yeah. The Defenders is slated to get a miniseries with Netflix.
Interesting.
Netflix is doing a lot of cool stuff, I think.
Yeah, they're doing 2
No,
things,
to
3
be-
things.
and to be honest with you, not more than any other.
Yeah, I know.
Like Hulu's doing that.
And
Amazon
everybody's
Prime's
got
doing it. Everybody's doing it, so.
on fire.
So I take it back.
Fire!
Take back the props I just gave you, Netflix.
I
You're
do
just
like
the same as
Netflix.
everyone
I
else.
like the shows on Netflix, but only a couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Orange is the New Black's very good. House
Yeah.
of Cards is really good. I'm very happy with this. Actually, no. Kimmy Schmidt's very good, and
Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt is a very good comedy. You should watch it. It's
I'll have to give it a watch.
hilarious. But yeah,
Anyway,
you wouldn't like it. Never mind.
This one I bet you'll know. Who is Daredevil's love interest?
Elektra.
There you go. That's actually it. But that's not true because
Everything I said was a lie.
it's all.
He was
he's
part
really,
of the Pretenders.
He really can see. Who knows?
He was the
Here
man
we go.
without a mouth.
I'm trying to find the
The
name
merc
of
with a
the
mouth.
secretary. Karen Page
Oh yeah.
is the secretary that they save in the 1st season or whatever. They actually get involved a little bit, which is really messed up because her and Foggy seem to be hitting it off
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Which
I'm very happy for Foggy.
I like Foggy. I think Foggy Nelson, he's apart from reminding me of a Looney Tunes character, he seems good. You know what I mean? You're in a really good mood today.
Oh my god.
Like usually you hate my jokes.
That is I know I hate your jokes, but that is so true.
Wow.
He is a Looney Tunes character.
All right, let's
oh
go
my
over.
gosh, that's the best way you can explain him.
Let's go over his whole life is a cartoon. Let's go over Daredevil's powers, Michael.
Oh, okay.
What are you just give me some of the powers you think?
Fashion sense. He can create a costume without any eyes.
That's under weaknesses. We'll get to that. I told you.
Creating a costume without any eyes is a weakness?
No, it's
What is a weakness?
We're staying on powers right now.
That is a power. Okay.
Fine. It talks
Okay,
about.
hold on. I got powers. I've got powers.
Okay. Powers.
Being able to do nunchucks without that little chain that attaches them, because he has 2 sticks.
I think they're called like gaffy sticks.
Gaffy sticks.
No, that's what sand people carry is a gaffy stick.
That's right.
That's not right. That's
Okay.
totally. That's not. That's a gaffy stick.
He can fight without seeing.
Okay, we'll call that the radar sense then.
Sure.
So you can fight without seeing. What other?
Teleportation.
No,
No.
that's not even close.
Okay.
He's never had
I
that.
didn't
ever.
think so, but I can't imagine him
yeah.
having any more
Like,
powers
wow.
than being able to fight
All
with
right,
sticks not
how
blind.
about super touch?
That's not a super.
Yeah, hang on. I thought that when I was making my notes, so I had to write down the explanation.
Okay.
Let's see. Body heat from nearby people. So he can literally here's the thing. You get up out of that chair and leave the room. He comes in.
and can feel
He
the
can
chair.
feel the chair and tell that you've been there.
I can't too.
I know. I thought it was kind of messed up as well. But he's got super touch, Mike.
Super touch.
Super hearing,
Super hearing.
which is just kind of like,
Hearing more
it's,
than normal.
It said that he can hear literally blocks away.
Mhm.
Very, very fine detail from blocks away.
Okay.
In fact, they give it a really good example of when he's in the Netflix series when he's in the police station.
Yeah,
And
that's
those
right.
2 cops are
Yeah,
interrogating that guy, and they're like, "Oh," and they shoot him or whatever. Spoilers.
Gotcha.
That's a good example.
Gotcha.
He can hear. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I do remember that. Okay, super hearing.
Super smell. What happens here is, let's say.
He sounded like the worst superhero ever.
Now, hang on there. Let's say that I don't know why he would encounter Wolverine. In fact, I do because there's something that comes with that later. But let's say he knows when Wolverine's coming before. Pull it together, man. Pull it together.
I don't know what's wrong. I think I ate
my
some
gosh.
brownies today.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No sugar for you, apparently. Super smell. He could tell.
Super smell. He
could
can
tell
smell
someone's coming
someone.
before they even get.
Why Wolverine? Because he smells.
Because Wolverine is.
You would.
you would imagine,
You look
right?
at Wolverine. You're just like that guy smells.
You're like, that guy just needs some Axe body spray and like a hose. That's all he needs.
A lot of Axe body spray.
Oh, here's a
and
good.
Axe body spray doesn't
Ooh,
smell good.
No,
But it
he
will
needs
smell
a lot. He needs a lot, like a vat.
good. Like just dip him in a vat of Axe.
You know the end of Roger Rabbit
Yes.
when they have that just bloop, right into the vat of
Oh.
Axe body spray. Lie detection. That's something he
Lie
does in the show as well.
Okay, he has super hearing,
Yes.
super touch,
Smell.
super smell. Does he have super taste?
They didn't bring it up.
Because that would be horrible. you're out and you're like you have whatever
Well, you know
meal
what?
you
I
have.
imagine he does because
I'm sure he does.
He could taste like
So
nickel or copper or whatever.
Yeah,
in
you're
the air
right.
From blood
so
splatter.
if he is sitting there eating something at a restaurant
that's gotta be awful.
and you taste it, you're like, oh, the person who made this did not wash their hands.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Bam.
Not only that,
This
know
is
what?
a horrible life.
They say like, have you ever eaten something when you had a cold and your nose is all stopped up and
Yeah.
it tastes different because a lot of your taste is involved through smell?
Yeah.
Must be extremely bad for him, like
Oh,
overworked.
gosh.
Where maybe he eats something and it's like, this tastes amazing because it smells amazing too,
Yeah.
and he can
True.
touch it
True.
and it touches amazing. Lie detection, he does that with.
I can just picture him going up to somebody and licking their cheek. You're guilty.
That's so weird. That's so incredibly weird.
Okay.
Lie detection, he does it with
Oh my
Karen when they first meet Karen.
That's right. I remember
'Cause
that.
He's like, she's not lying. Like, I can tell. He can read someone's heartbeat.
These all seem really bad.
All right, then the very last one,
Like
which is
like Wolverine can he can chop an arm off and grow it back. I have super smell.
super taste. A super agility, then. That's the last
Sure.
one. Where, he is supposed
Gus
to be.
from Psych had super smell.
He's supposed to be. You're right. He had the super smell.
So you had the super smell.
He's supposed to be the most acrobatic or agility prone in the entire Marvel universe.
Yes, because Robin has it completely covered
That's
in the DC,
DC,
world.
yeah.
I know
No,
but I'm
you know
saying
what?
Robin.
You know who is the most acrobatic in the DC universe?
Yeah, Robin.
It is Robin, but it's actually Nightwing.
Which
when he
is Robin.
becomes Nightwing. I know, I'm just saying. Okay.
Because he was
We-
in
okay,
the
hang on.
acrobatics.
So if you left
thing.
before,
Oh my gosh.
let's talk about weaknesses, Michael.
Weaknesses.
What are some weaknesses you think that Daredevil has?
Apparently, being able to put together an outfit without being able to see is a weakness.
So blindness.
Some would say it is a strength.
Blindness would be his weakness, right?
Because there are people that can see and can't put together a really good outfit.
That's very true. That's very true. Now I know what you're saying to yourself. Blindness.
Blindness. That's what
But-
I'm saying to myself.
But Mike, he can see because he has radar sense.
No, yes. He
And
can
it-
see.
yeah,
he has
and-
super sight.
Well, because in the comic books it describes a radar sense as like a strobing sort
Yeah.
of. Everything's done in lines, stuff like that. And in the show they do it where he's like, the world's on fire. So there's your
I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
your radar sense. But what would be the one? There's some instances where the radar sense wouldn't really help. And one of those is
Underwater.
video.
Video.
So if he's watching a video playback,
Oh,
he's not getting
gotcha.
anything from that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He may be getting sound, but that's it. And color, which is funny. You mentioned the the outfit thing because I was like, when they said that, I was like,
Maybe that's why he picked yellow out. Because he didn't know what color devils are.
maybe no.
No.
Oh, I do remember something with the super touch. He can like my page of notes here. He can run his finger over and feel the ink, so he can read things
yeah.
that aren't even in braille. But yeah, the blindness thing where he can't determine colors or video. Those are his two main weaknesses with blindness.
Right.
Guess the other weakness. Loud noises.
Loud noise. Seriously?
Yes.
Seriously?
Well, he has super hearing.
Yeah.
So a super loud noise can, ring his bell, sort of.
So cars,
Nope. None of 'em.
highways, busy intersections,
Just crippled around all of them.
malls,
A
Christmas
child
time
laughing,
sucks.
A child screaming. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
preschools, anywhere where people need
That
saving.
is all they wrote.
Anywhere where there are ambulances, fire departments, or police people.
I think they're talking more like
Anybody who's shooting guns.
Okay, shut up.
So pretty much anyone he's trying to say.
I think they're taking more like canaries screech or something like that. You know what I mean? Canaries. DC,
well,
but-
yes.
Yeah, that's very
everybody.
Like an air horn. If Daredevil jumps you in the street, you just put an air horn up to his ear. You're good. You just walk away. He'll smell you 8 blocks away and track you, but
You've completely convinced me. He is now my favorite superhero. I'm sorry.
I went into this so strong of like, I'm going to make a case for Daredevil. But man, it really fell apart.
You got me.
All right.
Just him
Oh,
being
wait.
able to make an outfit blind.
Notes on the side. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty
Impressed.
substantial. All right. Let's talk.
Because look, Superman has super sight, and look at his costume.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay. Then no, I'm saving all that for.
Save it for
I'm
another
saving
one,
all of that for a why Superman doesn't suck.
which shocks me.
Podcast. I know it shocked me too. But I got some
I
really
don't
good
really
stuff.
believe it's true.
I got some
that you
really good stuff.
Okay, continue on.
Anyway, villains. Let's talk villains.
Villains. I like villains.
Enforcers is a. Hang on.
You said that with such
Yeah.
confidence.
Oh, it's a hired assassin group. That's why it's not one of his main ones, but that's one of the ones he fights. The Enforcers and the Hand, which is a ninja group of ninjas, basically.
Right, and they are sister clan to the Foot Clan.
That's not.
No.
Oh
No.
my gosh! You have no idea
There's
how
the Hand
crazy
Clan
that
and the
is.
Foot Clan.
Okay,
One's East Coast, one's West Coast.
we'll come back to that in the next episode then, because I have something to run by you that
Sorry.
you blow your mind, my friend.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Nobu in the Netflix series
Nobu.
was the leader of the Hand until Daredevil killed him,
Oh yeah.
and then went to somebody else. But that's a really big, like, the Hand is a huge ninja assassin group. There's no real way.
Awesome. Love it.
What are some other villains he has? Do you know?
There's Bullseye,
Bullseye. It was the
played
next one
by
on my
Colin
list.
Farrell in the horrible
In the movie,
adaptation.
and played by and so that's the other thing too. Where the whole reason we're doing this is because the new season's come out. We watched the trailer, and
Haven't talked about it at all.
no, we haven't. Will you find out the name of the actor
For
who plays Bullseye in the upcoming series?
oh,
the next season.
Shane.
As he played Shane in The Walking Dead.
Okay, got it. I'm on it.
So find out his name, but he is going to be playing Bullseye, and I gotta say, I love to hate him in
Yes.
Walking Dead. I really did, and he does a very good job of playing like
Oh.
just enough mentally unstable to make you question, like, he's gonna snap one day.
His name is John Berthenol.
Wow.
I did not.
Pretty sure
I
he
thought I
butchered
knew
that.
his name, but
Apparently not.
apparently not.
Was it Shane Douchebaggy?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's funny because in The Walking Dead, at least, I was like, oh yeah, like, he makes some good points. Now I don't agree with how he went about making his points, but he made some good points.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just crazy enough
I'm sorry, I was looking at the name. What are we talking about?
how I love to hate that actor
Oh,
when he
in-
plays his roles.
In
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
I mean, he was just crazy enough to where you're like, I kind of agree with what you're saying, but I
Well,
don't like it coming from you because you
Yes.
just feel like you're gonna snap or something like that.
You're right, because that's a weird world to be in. We're not normally in a zombie apocalypse world.
True.
But yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, in this one, in the new Daredevil series, he looks
Crazy.
crazy. He looks
does
like
look very
he's
crazy. When he goes bald, he looks really crazy.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
something about, and not completely
He
bald,
wasn't bald
like
in this, was he?
yeah, he. Yeah,
think
he's got
you're
that
thinking-
extremely shaved.
Okay, so that's not crazy bald though, but you're thinking of Colin Farrell bald from. The
Well, yeah,
movie.
he looks completely crazy as well.
All right, so Bullseye is another one of his. What's Bullseye's powers? Never
he
misses.
can shoot. He's pretty much dead shot.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. He never misses. But not only does he never miss with like guns, he can throw anything.
Bottle
at you
caps
and never miss pennies.
pennies.
Just that wad of
Just-
chewing gum that's on the bottom of the
He
table.
is- I don't-
He won't miss.
Why would you just not give up the life of crime
And just clean up at carnivals?
well,
Like,
I
just travel the country
I
knocking
was just
down
gonna
milk
say,
bottles.
just be in the NBA. But sure, that makes a lot more
Oh,
money
no,
than the
travel the
NBA
carnival
or,
scheme.
or the baseball.
You have
or,
all the stuffed
yeah,
animals you
nothing.
want.
Yeah, never misses.
It's funny you mention. Do you know Bullseye's origins?
Baseball?
Baseball.
Seriously,
I'm not even
I
joking.
love the guy.
He was a pitcher for a Major League Baseball team,
Oh.
and he got so fed up with the coach that he did something, and he got mad somehow. I don't exactly remember how,
Mhm.
but he got so mad he threw a pitch and killed the batter,
Mhm.
and then that got him out of the game, and I think he might have got arrested or something like that. But then that started his whole Life of Crime. I thought you would like that. But
I like that a lot.
In fact, I thought I had it in here.
But I mean, there's plenty of
Oh,
other
no,
leagues.
that's right.
Plenty of leagues you've gone to. Make a whole lot more money.
I love where your mind goes.
Go ahead.
Like, no.
Oh, I mean, come on. You're playing the best game on
There's
earth.
a lot between that and cleaning up at the carnival sticks.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
What is happening?
I think I found out that origin.
Shoot, go
and
to
I was so happy about it. I was going to do a whole nother episode on that, so I didn't put it in my notes.
Go to the Olympics. Be a sharpshooter. Shooting.
Yeah, there's got to be some other way to use that skill, right?
I know, right? How about be in the Army?
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I say that, though, there's not too many that involve throwing. What are some
be
jobs
an
that involve
archer
throwing?
in the Olympics? Make some money there, especially if you can't
Archery
miss.
in the Olympics? Is archery really one of the Olympic
Oh yeah.
contests?
Oh yeah.
I never watched the Olympics, so I don't know.
You can shoot a basketball. You can shoot a baseball. You can shoot a soccer ball. There
You
are
got a good point.
plenty of
now we're
things
talking
out there
kicking.
making
When
lots
you're doing
of money.
you can throw a football.
I could throw a football.
Yeah, you're right. He should have just gone straight to shooting people.
I know, right?
There's some leeway there.
I feel like that's a little dangerous.
What about his villain in season 1? Who was that, Michael?
Now, William Fisk.
Wilson Fisk.
Wilson Fisk.
Otherwise known as AKA
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Which I watched Kingpin, the movie. It was very odd.
Is that about Kingpin, the villain from
No,
Daredevil?
they were bowling. Had Randy Quaid in it.
I see. That was
know.
a joke.
It was
Okay,
a joke,
gotcha.
right? Dude, you
I
went
really
right with
followed.
it. You were like, whoa, what?
I followed for a second. I was like, they made a movie just about Kingpin? Melvin Potter is okay. Do you remember in season 1? I don't know how far you got.
I got about 8 in.
Where he
just takes some guy's head and just bashes it in with a car door.
Oh, Wilson Fisk?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm like. And dude, he just does it.
Oh my god.
And it's like 5 minutes.
It's awesome.
And I'm like, I just
he does such a good
I
job.
felt like
of
I was
that
at the table like, Daddy just hit mommy.
It's really awkward.
I don't know what to do.
Find out the name of that actor too, because I like him. He was in Law and Order SVU.
His
He was
name
one
is
of the
Vincent
I knew that. D'Angelo or
Dionofrino. Dionofrino.
I'm gonna defer to what you say.
I have
'cause
no clue.
I have no idea.
Charlie Cox is Daredevil. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I would like the guy who plays Wilson Fisk though. He's been
You
in a lot of really
like
good characters.
Law and Order?
I loved Law and Order.
I
I don't know. Something about it.
Interesting.
I think I liked his character.
Interesting.
His character in Law and Order was he was like the good kind of crazy. He was like the opposite spectrum of Shane from Walking Dead. It was like, you're a little bit crazy, but I like it. Anyway, Melvin Potter, who later becomes the Gladiator, we get a little glimpse of him in season 1. And in season...
I showed you something. You
and
totally
I just
stopped.
totally paused. You did
Okay.
it to keep the...
37. We're at 37
Okay,
minutes.
thank you. Listen, why are we hiding from the listeners? Just let them in on it.
37 minutes. That
We
is
time our
the
episodes, folks.
that is the wrap it up sign there.
All right, well, we'll finish with villains then. So I got 2 more.
Villains.
In season 1, when he finds the guy who makes Wilson Fisk's suits, because Wilson Fisk wears suits that are like bulletproof and stab proof and stuff like that.
Like the Joker.
I don't think they're actually bulletproof, but yeah, kind of like the Joker. But it's special type material, and the
Stabby,
guy
stabby.
is kind of like, I hesitate to say slow, but he's kind of like slow.
Who? Kingpin?
No, the guy who makes Kingpin suits. I don't know if he ever got to that
gotcha.
episode though.
No, probably not.
So you see his workshop, and in the background of the workshop there's like a big buzz saw, like a radial or like a circular saw blade on an arm piece, and it's because he later on goes to become the villain Gladiator, and that's his signature suit.
Interesting.
But it's just kind of cool where all these shows you see
I love
little
that little
Easter
stuff.
eggs,
Yeah,
you know,
I love
yeah.
that. They love doing
they
that.
do.
And it I mean, the people that are watching it, like us,
they catch
love
up on
that
it. It's
stuff.
great, right?
Yes.
And then the last one that I have
It is very
here-
interesting because this is he just protects this little part. The Avengers protect the world. He's these
just
are
like
not
Hell's Kitchen.
These
That's
are
it.
not super. And they talk about it in this. This is not the Avengers. This is, he is a little
Grittier.
bitty, gritty little place. He knows he needs to take care of him, and it's cool because he's not the superhero. He doesn't have super sight. He has no sight.
But he has super smell. And
He has
touch
super
and
taste.
Last one.
Okay,
Turk.
listen.
Hang on. No. Turk Barrett
Listen,
becomes.
if you're sitting in this chair and walk away, and I come in and taste the chair, I will know you were here.
That's just because it's me, though. That's not. It's not a power.
That's so gross.
That's just
I don't know
everybody.
what just happened.
Yeah. Why would you taste
I
the
don't
chair?
know. I don't know.
It's
You're right. I
awful.
should use my super sight.
You need to use your super decision making to make better decisions. Than
If you
taste
have
chairs.
super taste. Anyways,
It's just
go ahead.
awful. Turk Barrett becomes
Turkleton.
Stilt Man. Have you ever heard of Stilt Man?
No,
I hadn't either.
but Quilt Man. I've heard
It's
of
a
Quilt Man.
guy with stilts.
Nice. I like it.
That's pretty much it.
He's taller than normal people.
But that's one of his villains.
He can reach things really high.
That's very true.
Yeah.
He could probably kick you from far away
True.
too.
True.
With
And
his
if you
stilts.
can't see, that's an important thing.
That's
to
a
have.
very important thing. Would he hear it coming? Probably not. Stilts are pretty silent. So,
Oh man.
and that's
That's it.
gonna wrap it
Man.
up for this episode.
This
was an awful.
I love this episode.
it was all over the place.
It was.
So, hey, Mike, do we have a website?
We do have a website.
We do.
How are you? www.usernamenerd.com.
Seriously, though, you have like low blood sugar? Are
I
you
have
crashing?
no
What's
clue
happening?
what's happening.
UsernameNerd.com.
You started out with the double D
um,
thing, and it just went all downhill from
It's
there.
all downhill. And then if you are listening to this podcast and you're like, man, these guys are getting everything wrong,
Yes.
or I hate
If you want to comment on an episode, you need to go to YouTube.
YouTube.
And our channel is Username Nerd. Just go to search, type Username Nerd. You'll find all the stuff. We have all kinds of videos. We have Minecraft videos. We have Clash of Clans videos. We have Lego build videos and comic book videos. And we have a new section of news coming out. That will
I'm
be
excited about
before that.
Mainly because I'm not involved. So I'm not. That didn't come out right.
But then the other thing is
I
we
mean, like,
have
I'm excited
podcasts.
because I don't know what's going on with it.
Right. We have podcasts, which is basically an image and the audio.
Yeah,
but
all
what
we
that
do is
does
just give you a
is
little
allows
picture.
you can type in comments at the below of it. So you don't have to listen it through the YouTube, but if you listen to it here, that's a good place to put your
it.
stuff.
Love it.
Also, if you've
Twitter.
subscribed, check to see if
Yeah,
you've
that's what I was
won.
just gonna say. If you are on our YouTube channel, and if you're listening to this and being like, "Oh man, who was the name of the winner?" Do you know? Ooh, I'm putting you on the spot now.
It was like a couple. I got to pick a new one.
Well,
I gave them plenty of ample time.
very true. Very true. So if you're listening to this, man, check your Twitter.
And if I just say it now, they'll be sad because they didn't know.
Password is incorrect.
True.
Someone else is walking away with a T-shirt.
With
Activate.
so anyway,
Anyway.
that's gonna be it for us today at the Username Nerd Studios.
It is.
We you guys have
like
a
it a
good
lot.
one and
Stay nerdy. Okay, stop. Don't go to the next YouTube video or channel or skip or don't do anything. Real quick, 5 seconds. We have 3 different channels. Please subscribe to them. Username Nerd News, Username Nerd Comics, Username Nerd Games. We have separated them out into 3 ones. Choose all of them or just one to subscribe to. You'd love it. I promise you, we'll give you great content. It'll show up in your feed. You'll love it. Just real quick click. It doesn't take but a few seconds. You'd be awesome. Thank you. I mean, you are really awesome. Thank you.